These are the 7 deadly sins: pride, lust, greed, envy, laziness or sloth, wrath or gluttony. Gluttony means to eat too much. These are 7 continents. There's North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, and Antarctica. According to Google right now, the world's superpower is America. It's undisputed. In Hosea, people say don't major in the minor prophets. I say people are goofy for saying that. Hosea, God calls Israel a whore. He calls her a whore because she goes out and mingles with other gods. God is very angry with her for doing that, and rightfully so. So when we read the book of Revelation, we need to remember that Revelation points to John because John wrote it. And John points back to the beginning, Old Testament. So we need to picture Old Testament wrath. So when God speaks of the whore of Babylon, the mystery Babylon, we got to think, who is it currently that is whoring around? And who's been doing it since, 1776. Revelation 17, starting in verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sits upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Verse 3, So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman set upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abominations of the earth. I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. By the way, what other country do you know right now that is the land of the free because they have freedom of religion and they have freedom to do whatever they want to? There isn't. Currently, we are the only nation that is free to do those things, quote unquote. Other nations forbid it. Not America. America, you're free to marry who you want to, be who you want to, live how you want to. You can be overweight. You can have more money. You can be envious of your neighbor's stuff. You can have wrath towards your neighbor. You can have all of the 7 deadly sins towards your neighbor. Just a thought. In verse 9 in Revelation 17, And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits. So she's above the 7 mountains right now. Who is the strongest again in the world right now? Currently, supposedly, we are. Verse 12, And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as of yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. This is speaking, I believe, of the BRICS nation. BRICS. You should research that. Verse 13, These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Verse 15, And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sits, are peoples, multitude, nations, and tongues. There's a bunch of people in other countries, but aren't we the ones that says, bring us your poor and your immigrants and those that have? I'm just asking. We have free borders, so anybody and everybody can come in. They can speak whatever the heck they want to speak. You don't have to speak American. You can be of any nation, tribe, tongue, or whatever. Come here, bring your poor, bring your sick, bring your immigrants. We'll take them all in. Verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Nuke bombs. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdoms unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigns over the kings of the earth. God knows everything. I don't. I'm just putting a couple of things together here. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Revelation 16:6, for they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. How many, I don't know how to put this on here, baby killings have been done in America just within the last 10, 15 years? I mean, who's to say they weren't supposed to be? I'm just asking. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grace, for purple mountains' majesty. To illustrate the next scripture, Revelations 18:16 says, and saying, Alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the companies in the ship, sailors, and as many trade by sea, stood afar off, and they cried. They saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And now we'll go up here to verse 23 of Revelations 18. And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of prophets, and of saints, and of all that were slain upon the earth. How many traffickers and all of the other slavery that happened way back when, and the constant things that have been happening in hiding for a long time. Oh, Mr. Diddy and the other things that have been going. Guys, America's not as beautiful as you think she is. She's hiding things, but God sees it. Revelations 18, going back up to verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver, precious stones and pearls and fine linen, purple, silk, scarlet, and all fine, wood, all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and all brass and iron, marble, cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men, and the fruits that thine lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. America is destroyed in an hour, and my God, this is her. This is the great whore that it's speaking of. It's evident now more than it's ever been. We have done all of these things. This is America.